I'm Sister Bernadette Donovan. I'm an Amityville Dominican, and I'm a professor at Malloy College. They had done some repair work at the college, and I missed a step that was not there the hour before, and went flying and landed face down on my mouth. And actually, the only word I could use is mashed my 4 front teeth, the top ones. When I first came here and walked through the door with the trepidation and fear, and I have to admit to being a coward, of previous years, the staff welcomed me like, well, they knew me forever. Then I met his assistant, who should get a degree in counseling people. Okay, with the one hand on the shoulder, she was telling me how everything's going to be just fine. And then I met Dr. Scharf, who actually went through what he was going to do step by step. He treated me like another intelligent person who would understand what he was telling me. And he told me exactly what the problem was, what was plan A, what might be plan B, how it was going to work, what he would do, how long it would take. People who knew him said to me, go with his plan. He knows what he's doing. Forget your agenda that, we have to have this done by next week. And so I listened to him, and I did that. When I first came, the first visit, I was still afraid. And I was there, and he is and I'm also thinking I'm going to be in this chair forever. And he is working, and through my garbled voice, I said, how are you doing? And he said, oh, it's out. Do you want to see it? Well, of course, I said no. I did not want to see it. It seemed like seconds. I didn't feel it. I had no pain. From what I could detect, there was very little blood. It was over. And then I went home, and they gave me a sheet of exactly what to expect, one after the other, and some Tylenol. I took 2 as precautionary and did not have to take anything else. And the phone rings. It's Dr. Scharf. Hello, Sister Bernadette. How are you doing? I just called to make sure everything's okay. If you experience any discomfort, swelling, bleeding, anything, you have my cell phone. Just give me a call. I hope everything's going okay. He was sincere. And it has been that way after every removal of the teeth that have gone on. And we're near the end of the work now, but it still is not finished. But I thank God every day I listen to him. He's professional. He's well academically prepared. You just talk to him for 5 minutes and you know that. He must have been the kind of student every teacher dreamed of having. The one who would go the extra mile, do the research on his own, and go back for always wanting to be better. Because I believe that we have here a person who wants to be the ultimate best dentist so that he can render the ultimate best service to his patients. We have somebody here in the upper echelons of professionalism and compassion. You often don't get those 2 together. You get one or the other. Here you have both. I could not give you enough words to praise the work he does. And my students would tell you, she doesn't give out A's. I mean, I give him an A+.
My name is Frances Malloy. I live in Farmingdale. Before I came to Dr. Scharf about the implants, I had to be careful about what I ate because the teeth were so fragile. If I ate anything hard, an apple, an ear of corn, even some nuts, or anything that was chewy, it totally wrecked whatever was on it. They would just break. I came to Dr. Scharf, I had to, about having implants, because any other procedure, I'm a diabetic, so any procedure, I needed implants. I couldn't have anything else done. I was nervous, I really was. And I came in here and Dr. Scharf talked to me, and he is so calm, patient, that I myself relaxed and I was able to go ahead with the procedure. I was still nervous until he started. then when I got the idea of what really is going to happen, I was okay. And then afterwards, he would call. He would even, are you all right? Are you still feeling any pain? He continues on. You call him and you say, this is what the problem is. He gives you the answer to solve the problem, but then that doesn't stop there. He'll call you the next day, and that, I think, he's caring. He's one of the most caring men I know. I would say to come immediately to Dr. Scharf. I go out with some people, and I can eat anything I want, and they're of my age. They're all with either false teeth or having trouble with their teeth, and they are amazed at what I can eat. And I tell them, don't suffer like that. I went through it, and I made myself better. Go right ahead and get them. They're a blessing. Whoever invented them, they're a blessing.
My name is Caroline Santana. I was born and raised in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I moved out to Long Island about 12 years ago, and the first dentist I went to told me that I needed to get all my teeth pulled out. As I got older, I started developing deeper pockets, and it prevented me, I believe, from going to the dentist as often as I should have. So I asked one of my coworkers to recommend, a periodontist if they knew of anyone. And they told me about Dr. Scharf. So I called him, and he really saved my teeth. With the deep cleanings that he did, he was able to shrink some of the pockets. The bottom, I still have all my bottom teeth. The top, unfortunately, had been bad when I came, so he was able to keep them for about 10 years. And last year, I wound up getting implants and a bridge on top. Dr. Scharf and his staff made it as pleasant as possible. It took about 4 hours. He was very caring throughout. He took his time. He would question to make sure I was okay, explained everything beforehand so I knew what to expect. So it wasn't as scary as it could have been. The follow-up, they call you to make sure you're okay that night, the next day, the next week. All the girls at the front desk, everybody, love them. It feels quite natural. I'm able to eat anything I want. I have no problems. The dentist that I first went to see when I moved to Long Island, and I was 39 years old at the time and couldn't believe that he wanted to pull all my teeth. And it troubled me when they then said if I couldn't afford to get temporary dentures until my permanent ones came in, that I could just, do without. I said, well, I work in Manhattan, I'm a secretary, and I'm 39 years old. I couldn't believe it. And learning more about this, once you get your teeth pulled, if you don't get implants put in, the shape of your face changes, you get drawn looking, and how they could do that and not think twice about it really troubled me. And I felt like my life was saved when I came here. So growing up, you're led to believe, doctors, dentists, they look out for you. And a lot of times, no, it's more the bottom line, and it made me feel good and happy, then I found Dr. Scharf, and he's looking out for his patients. He's very compassionate, very caring, very trustworthy. He's wonderful.
My name is Dale Elizabeth Peterson. I grew up in Wantua, but I'm from Islip now. My experience with dentists was horrible. I have what you call Irish teeth. I've had caps, I've had root canal, I've had pulled teeth, I've had flippers, I've had everything, and it was horrible. Well, first of all, when I came in here, the staff right away was very welcoming. They're very, very Well, they were all very sweet. It was like talking to your sisters, but very efficient, which is very important. So you could be warm and caring, but you have to be efficient. That's the most important thing. And my experience with Dr. Scharf right from the start was wonderful. He made me feel secure. I trusted him. And he's smart. You have to see that someone who's going to take care of you or do heavy down work on you is smart. Also, what I liked about him is no pain. You know, anytime I felt anything, the slightest thing, he fixed it. He pulled teeth on the top, and he did implants on my bottom teeth. Well, before this, I smiled like this. I covered my mouth when I smiled. So now I don't. And I could eat corn on the cob without cutting it off the cob. It's changed my life pretty much because I feel more confident. I'm not the shyest person in the world, but I was covering my mouth, and I realized after I had the implants put in and the top teeth put in, I went to smile and I went like this, and then I realized, hey, I don't have to do that. And it felt really good. And then people say to me, well, the time you have such a beautiful smile. I like that. Well, if I met people that had a similar situation like mine with their smiles, I would definitely recommend that they would come here and get this done, because it's a life-changing experience almost. I mean, think about being in a group of people and covering your mouth and being in a group of people and be able to smile and feel confident. It makes a big difference. I would recommend Dr. Scharf and his staff, absolutely. I'm very happy with the job that was done. I feel so much more confident, and other people see that in me. So they would ask me, where'd you get that done? Quite a few people have asked me that. And I told them.
My name is Joe Corielli. I'm from right here in North Babylon. Going to the dentist is never fun. What was it like? You know, you dreaded going to the dentist. You went to the dentist, you had to go. You had to get your teeth cleaned. I always took care of my teeth. Really good. I brushed 2-3 times a day, a minimum. I pre-rinsed with Listerine, always took care of my teeth. Did my cleanings every 4 or 5, 6 months. Then my dentist said you have to go see a periodontist. You have to go see one. So I ended up going to see one, and I was surprised when he told me. He said to me, your bone loss is terrible, you have bad gingivitis. We have to, he took some x-rays, he was all done with that, we have to pull out 6 teeth on top, 6 on the bottom, you need implants. So I was really surprised when he told me this. So then I started looking into other doctors and just educating myself on this, what I'm going to do about my teeth. And then I came to Dr. Scharf, and he told me something completely different. He said, we have this laser surgery. Dr. Scharf does it all new technology. He does it the new way, which is a better way. Like I said, going to the dentist or periodontist, nobody wants to do, but the experience wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. You know, they made it as comfortable as you can be. I would definitely recommend them to anybody. He did a great job. The staff, very friendly, make you feel very comfortable. They're good people, great personalities, and 11, better than a 10. I can't even do a great job like this, and I try my hardest. It was excellent. Told my wife, my friends about him. You know, you came in, you had some cookies, some coffee. They called you back. You know, even Dr. Scharf even gave me his cell number. Not that I called him on it, but I had it. Well, my teeth are feeling great right now. They feel great. They feel strong. I feel like I can chew into a sandwich right now and not worry about my teeth falling out, like when you pull on it, bite an apple. They feel great. They're getting stronger and stronger, I feel like, every day. Come see Dr. Scharf and see what he could do for you.